The veil is very thin. I'm sure many of you all know this, but we talk to our children about death, no death, all the time. We call it transitioning. And I have had, after my channeling experience, many relationships through the veil. And I'm talking, I'll have dropped a big carpool off at a practice. And I had just been with a really good friend of mine who was visiting in the city. I'll share a couple of examples. And I just started thinking of this friend. And her dad had passed at a young age. And I knew him because I grew up in their house a lot. And I just kind of started talking to him, like, George, I was just with Laurie this weekend, and I just want you to know, she is such a beautiful woman and a mother. And whoosh, in the car with me, this most ecstatic soul union. And I knew it was her father. It was breathtakingly beautiful. And right behind that soul union that feels much like the soul-to-soul earth experience was oneness. It was just a doorway to oneness. And I didn't even know him that well. It wasn't like it was my own mother who had passed. Another woman that we had known where we go in Wisconsin, same thing. I'd had dinner with her husband. It was the first summer at this club where we eat sometimes without her. I was driving home with my daughter Piper, who's very esoteric and a little psychic self. And I started thinking in my mind's eye, you know, he's doing well. I just had dinner with him. And I know he misses you. Phyllis Bear right in the car with me. I had to pull the car over, just breathing. And Piper's been around me enough to know, like, oh, here mom goes again. And she was laughing like that's just normal. I'm like, honey, I got to put Phyllis Bear. She's here. And it was just, this is natural. And then she was gone. It's a soul union that lasts. And this has become, you open that door again, and there it is. Right there, a woman in my soul-to-soul circles asked me with tears in her eyes, Annie, I want to connect. How do you connect? Both of my parents have passed. And I can't say how to do it for someone else, but this is the insight that I offered her. I said, have you ever opened dialogue with your mother? And she said, no, I've never thought to do that. And I said, you know what? If it were mine, I'll just share how I might invite. I would get quiet and I would say, my dear beloved mother, who gave me birth, who shared time together with me on this earth, I'm just letting you know out loud that I am ready, I'm willing, I'm present, and I'm available for soul union with you at any time. That's all I can really offer as to how I might do it and how I might invite my children to do it. But that's the type of thing. How deep do you want to go with this? It's possible. It's joyous. This type of soul union really takes all that we take as real to be less. There's just nothing more beautiful. And from my perspective, I want that for my children. I want to know they have the opportunity for that.